Hope you had a nice weekend. I did. I was out late last night socializing and eating and stuff. So the Hallmark Channel, you heard about this? The show, it's called When Hearts the Call. It was supposed to be on last night. I was out, I didn't see. But apparently it was on, thanks to Lori McLaughlin. The network had to, it wasn't on, had to pull the episode. Well, you know, they announced that they're retooling the show without her, which they should. Why should the other actors have to suffer? They were counting on those paychecks. The people working on the show, the crew and the staff and stuff, counting on relocating to wherever they're shooting it, probably in Canada. They get a tax break up there, you know? And then Netflix announced that she won't be back for the 5th and final season of Fuller House. Well, yeah, you can clap for that if that's how you feel. I mean, Netflix has a string of hits. Certainly if they discontinued the Fuller House series, they wouldn't suffer because they have other stuff that's on Netflix that you guys watch. But the other actors will not be suffering. The 5th season's gonna go on. Aunt Becky didn't have a huge part in Fuller House, but she certainly was, you know, a lovely lady on the show. And so now, I don't know what they're gonna do. Is she gonna die in a burning building? I mean, how, is she just all of a sudden, you know, gonna run to the store for some groceries and then not return? How will that be? But, you know, good for John Stamos and, you know, the twins and stuff, whoever's getting checks from the Fuller House, you know? Speaking of Netflix, this Felicity Huffman has 2 projects coming out soon. She's doing a movie with Angela Bassett and Patricia Arquette. Well, and she's got a miniseries coming out based on the Central Park 5. Now, if you're a New Yorker, then you really know about the Central Park 5. But if you remember, this was really a nationwide case. Many, many years ago, these 5 black boys were accused of raping this white woman in Central Park. And they got sent to jail. It was a big, big case. They ended up being proven innocent after being in jail and losing a lot of their youth in jail. So now they're out. Netflix has picked it up. I gotta tell you something. Unlike, I think it's right that Aunt Becky, Lori Loughlin, is no longer gonna be with Fuller House, but I gotta tell you something. I think they need to keep Felicity Huffman in her role on this Netflix project, not because of Felicity, but because the importance of this project. Yeah. It's gonna be a mini-series. I have no idea how many episodes. I certainly do wanna watch it. And, you know, a lot of people are probably going to forgive them in the celebrity circles. What people, I'm not sure. Maybe the ones who don't have kids going to college, maybe the ones who, look, people forgave Mel Gibson. You know, people are very forgiving when you have a lot of money and you're in celebrity circles and stuff, but not here in the real world. Like, I think if she went, you know, to your town and you saw her and your kid's applying for college, you'd be like, ew, ew. For both of them. But a lot of the disaster attorneys are weighing in, the disaster experts, you know, when stuff goes on in your life and you're a celebrity and a disaster happens, they're all weighing in now, and they pretty much agree on one thing. The best thing that both of these women can do is keep quiet. Don't get out there. Yeah. You know? Like, they both like to go out and be on red carpets and go to cocktail parties, even at private homes. I wouldn't go anyplace. I wouldn't leave, don't leave the mansion. Isn't that why you have a mansion? Probably three kitchens, a whole bunch of help, helping you do stuff. The gym is downstairs. You can, you know, stay tone. And with Felicity Huffman, you know they're gonna wanna promote this Central Park movie. She's probably gonna wanna get out there on the red carpet, even when the disaster people say, don't do it, don't do it. And you know, as a grown-up, you grab your own keys and do what you want. Felicity, the best thing to do is stay in the house and just let this thing happen. And Angela Bassett, I'm sorry that you're involved in the other project with Felicity Huffman, but you know, you're good at promoting stuff, so you and the other lady promote it. And Felicity, you stay home. I try my best to mind my own business. I try. I very rarely use the phone. I'm not watching the TV like that. Although I did see Studio 54, the Lee and Traeger one, over the weekend. Finally, I saw the whole thing. Really good. Yeah, I watched it with a pizza. 3 slices, extra mushrooms, extra onions, and extra peppers. Anyway, so I'm minding my own business when the phone rings about information. It breaks my heart to tell you that Mama Jean might be on crack. Please pull up close. All right, Mama June was arrested last week at an Alabama gas station for allegedly possessing crack cocaine, a bunch of needles. Needles too, needles. Crack paraphernalia, as in the pipe, with the white residue around the rim. This is not good. She is the mother of a 13-year-old, Honey Boo Boo. So where is Honey Boo Boo right now? I have no idea. Maybe Child Protective Services? Maybe she's off with her father, who's married to that woman who hates Mama June. Okay, so here's how it went down at the gas station in Alabama. June and her boyfriend, Gino. Gino and June have been together for like 3 years. They love each other very much. They love each other to the point that all June's kids and June's family wouldn't mind if Gino asked her to marry him. They love each other like that. Well, he's pumping the gas and she's standing outside, you know, of the car, and they're causing a scene at the gas station with their lovers' quarrel. Well, the gas is finished getting pumped. They get back in the pickup truck. And they continue arguing before pulling off from the pump. So other people are waiting and people are like, what is going on? We don't care about your argument. Just, how convenient that the cameras were there. Anyway, so they're arguing. Next thing you know, the cops pull up. Well, when the cops got there, Gino told June, act normal. And so then the cops come over to Gino, and Gino's very lovely to them, and he says to them, don't reach inside my pockets, because you might get sticked. Not stuck. Sticked. Well, you know, I don't know which pockets, the front pockets, the back pockets. They said there were needles, not a needle. I don't know. Anyway, they searched Mama June, and by the way, it was her car, he's driving. When they searched her, they found a needle, a glass pipe with the white crack residue, like I was saying. Well, they were arrested. I don't know whether there was a drug test given right there. I have no idea. And who knows what was in the glove compartment? I don't know. I can't believe any of this I can't believe I'm reporting this. So, they were both arrested for felony possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Gino also was charged with domestic violence. Well, Mama June didn't say it's all his. And you know, I'm not saying it's right, but if you're with your man and you're both up to something bad, then you let him take the like, what is a man good for, right, Teresa in Jersey? Like if you're with your man and something illegal is going down, it should not even be a conversation. He takes the fall and you take care of home. Right? Well, she thugged it out with him. So it's his, it's hers, plus his domestic violence. Gino already served time for burglary and theft, you know. Oh, yes. So what will become of them? I have no idea. You know, I do believe that Mama June is very in love with being on TV. And I think that when people are in love of being on TV, they will do anything to stay on Hot Topics and in People magazine and the cover of the Daily News and stuff. So I think that this is a fame grab in a bad, bad way. But this is how people are doing it these days, you know what I mean? And then this Gino, she got with him knowing, I mean, her last boyfriend was the one who allegedly was some sort of pedophile. And he didn't peddle or file on Honey Boo Boo. But he was living in the house with Mama June and Honey Boo Boo. And so before anything happened, they pulled him out of the house. Mama June broke up with him, but then this is her boyfriend now, Gino. And not for nothing, I don't think WeTV is gonna cancel the show. I don't even think that's an option because WeTV needs a hit. You know, it's not, no, I'm just calling it the way I watch it. You watch TV, you know what's going on. Like, everybody watches Netflix. Netflix can cancel a hot show and the next hot show is either already there or is about to be invented. There are certain channels that can't cancel a hot show because otherwise who's going to watch? What are you gonna do? And the new season of Mama June just started, so if you missed on Friday night, I was in Friday night. If you missed on Friday night, then you're just in time because they're probably gonna rerun it this week based on the new headlines. And then next Friday night, you could just like watch it with a snack and watch how it goes down. Mama June's gained a bit of weight since her gastric bypass or that surgery that she had, whichever one she had. But people gain weight afterwards, you know? Like my friend Al Roker, he gained a little weight afterwards. Star Jones gained a little weight afterwards. You don't keep it all off all the time. She's a good-looking woman, though. The savior of the family, in my opinion, would be Honey Boo Boo. I'm gonna tell you why, because at 13 years old, you know, she's chunky like I was at 13. She's got all kinds of sassy attitude, like, honey, she is A-list in her school. You can't tell her she is not fine and got it going on. And she loves to wear makeup and tell you about yourself. And I think that a girl like this can have her own teen show where, you know, she and her all-girl clique, and we can watch her on TV, and thank God we don't have teen daughters, mothers of sons. But I think Honey Boo Boo, the teen years or something. So after Mama June and Gino got out of the clink, you know, after they read the riot act down at the station house, where'd they go? Alabama, to go gamble. They gambled. They went to gamble, like it's a party, like it's a laugh. I don't know whether the cameras were there. If the cameras were there, I would have shown you the footage, but we weren't able to find the cameras. You know, it's like nobody is thinking in their right mind. Mama June, you should dump Gino and turn against him. Turn against him. Oh, he gave her a promise ring on that episode. He gave her a promise ring. I didn't know that when you get a promise ring, you wear it on your middle finger. She was expecting to get the real ring. Yeah, this is in the hall at the hotel. Before she puts her key in to open the door, and Honey Boo Boo's there too. Honey Boo Boo's looking like, but a promise ring? Honey Boo Boo was hoping it was going to be the real deal, an engagement ring. And then it was only hours later the whole crack-a-lackin' happened. All right, well, I'm forced to follow that story for you, so I'm here. Hi. We were just talking about Nicki Minaj last week canceling 2 shows. Do you recall? Yes. And I recall telling you that she can't cancel a 3rd show because she doesn't know how to have the best reputation. People say she's not a nice person. I don't know her for not being a nice person, but I hear stuff and I read stuff. And 2 hours before she was supposed to perform overseas, she had already canceled 2 shows in separate cities. Well, she's canceled a 3rd show. This happened over the weekend. She was supposed to do a concert in Ireland. The Irish aren't happy. The Irish eyes aren't a-smiling. 2 hours before the show was supposed to start. It was in Dublin. All right, so here's the excuse this time, because remember the last times it was the electricity and then the electricity for the other two cities. So this time it was the wind. Well, it depends on how windy it was. We checked the weather report in Dublin. They did say it was raining, but they didn't say anything about, you know, treacherous winds. And they also said they were having a difficult time transporting the equipment to the arena. But when you are performing, don't you do your sound check like 8 hours before? So the equipment would already be there. And our friends in Ireland ended up showing up. They were there, and Nicki didn't show up. How do you not do that? So the fans got very, very upset. We have a little bit of footage for you. Take a look. You know, I feel like Nicki should have performed anyway. She owes it to her fans, and she owes it to people who might be skeptical about whether or not, because she's on a tour now. So she's coming to a city near you. Is she gonna do this to you? Are you gonna get your crew together and get your money together and go to this concert? Are you gonna take off from work? Are you going to plan to go see your girl Nicki? And then 2 hours before she's gonna cancel? And she's a rapper. All you need are 2 turntables and a microphone. You know. And then she got on social media the next day and she apologized to Dublin with a heart emoji. And it was like a 1-sentence apology. Nicki, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. So last night she performed. Last night she performed, or the night before, Saturday night she performed in Scotland, and last night she performed in Scotland. Tonight she performs in Manchester, England. Will she show up? Will there be an excuse? And if she shows up, she's really got to turn it out. Well, good luck to you who hold tickets. If your child was 12 years old and a bit overweight, would you get them liposuction? Clap if you would. Secretly. Okay. What if they flipped his boobs? Right, you get a nutritionist, correct? Yes. All right, this is very sad. Sam Smith, who everybody loves, he sings all those songs that make us cry. He revealed that he had liposuction when he was 12 years old. Yeah. This is what he looks like now. Well, this is what he looks like a moment ago. Can we show the nower picture? I like the nower picture where he's sitting on the deck with that thick beard and that, Yeah. This is what he used to look like, though, when we first met him, as ladies and gentlemen, Sam Smith. Hips and stuff. So he says that he was teased about his weight when he was a kid. So by the time he got to 12, his parents, you know, got on his side. They took him to a doctor, and the doctor recommended liposuction. And his parents paid for the liposuction, and Sam put the weight back on in 2 weeks. Well, these things happen very easily because a lot of times when people get the plastic surgery, they think that, you know, they're invincible, they can eat whatever they want. I mean, this is terrible, you know, on all levels, you know, as a parent, you know, there's such thing as a nutritionist, there's such thing as a family losing weight together. You know, there are brands that make those super, super tight t-shirts that look like t-shirts, not undergarments for your boys if they by chance happen to have, you know, a little extra meat on their chest area. You know, because that could be something that they get teased about and everything. He doesn't look so fat to me here. He looks like a regular kid who, you know. And then you start making healthier meals at home. You know, start making healthier meals at home and you know, talking to him about self-esteem and stuff like that. I don't like, you know what I don't like? I don't like liposuction or any of that plastic surgery on men, period. Like men, I'm not even talking about boys now, forget the kids. Like if you were 30 years old, right, and your man's 35, And he comes to you one day and he says, baby, I can't do this anymore. And I'm going in to get a liposuction. Clap if you'd be okay with that. I mean, I love men and everything, but to me, like, I'm just getting into men getting their feet done and their nails done. You know, and get a good buff. Don't get the clear gel. I always tell you, don't get that polish. And you can groom, all right, groom your beards, and if you want to pluck your eyebrows or whatever, not too much. Because you know, that final pluckation will show a lot about your situation. But you know, there are certain things to me that are only for women. Like liposuction, fillers, Botox, you know, anything we want to do, we can do that because we're women. But you men, go to the gym. You go to the gym. Or be happy being chubby. I like a chubby man. I like a little something. So, you know what's going on in San Francisco? Well, there's a town that's suing one of their residents. So it's the whole town against one house. And I'm down with the town. The house is a shrine to the Flintstones. Now you listen to me. That's the house. That's good artwork as artwork goes. That's the house in the purple and the orange. Look at the freeway right there. The freeway is right there. Imagine the eyesore if you're living next door to this. Imagine the traffic and people coming up to your house, ding dong. Can you tell me which way the Flintstone house is? Look at inside. These people must be stupid rich because you know this costs a lot, like a whole lot of extra money to aggravate people. Well, the town is claiming that the owners never got the permits to do the outside decorations. So the town only wants the outside decorations removed immediately. That would be Fred and Wilma. Look, and the Yabba Dabba Doo. But the town is fine with the way the house looks, like the the orange and the purple. I can barely tolerate a Christmas decoration. Much less, like, would you be okay with this? Clap if you would. Different strokes for different folks, and that's why we're here. We got more great show for you, everybody. Up next, we've got the inside scoop on that UFC fighter, Conor McGregor's alleged fan attack. I've been meaning to talk to you about that, so grab a snack and... Yo!